doing this?
Because I think I want to show you off, and I want to make you happy. So you see, basically, I'm still the same selfish Scrooge I've always been.
Oh, no. Don't ever say that. You're wonderful.
That is Eric Braeden back in 1981 on the CBS soap opera The Young and the Restless. The Emmy-winning actor spent 37 years playing self-made businessman Victor Newman on the long-running show. Now Braeden has a new memoir. It's called I'll Be Damned. If you watch the show, you know he says that a lot. How my young and restless life led me to America's #1 daytime drama. We are pleased to welcome Eric Braeden to the table. Or shall we call you Selfish Scrooge? Which would you prefer?
This morning, Eric Braeden.
Okay, Eric Braeden.
It's so nice to be here.
It's so
All
nice
of
to have you
Gayle,
here.
Anthony and Norah.
Yeah. I really think
pleasure
you
to
should
be
give
here.
a shout out to your wife, Gayle, because you weren't even going to re-sign on Young and Restless, and she convinced you to say, after one season, you were done, and she said, nope, you should do this.
She encouraged me from early on in this very tough business of Hollywood show business.
Yeah.
You know, and always encouraged. And she did indeed encourage me to sign for the next many years.
But why didn't you want to sign? Yeah, why didn't
2,576 episodes.
Are you serious?
2,576.
Are you serious?
Isn't that amazing?
Anthony never lies.
Insane.
But why didn't you want to resign? What was it?
I didn't like the medium of soaps because you have to learn too much dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned between 10 and the most I've ever done in one day was 62 pages of dialogue.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
And that becomes overwhelming.
Yeah.
And then you have to act at the same time. So by now I find it to be a challenge, have made it a challenge, and have enjoyed it ever since. But she's the one who suggested that I look at it as a challenge.
Yeah, she saved you many times, I think,
That's
Eric
it.
Braeden. You did.
I first encountered you, as I said when you came on the set. My fandom of yours precedes Young and the Restless. Because you were, when I was a kid, you were in a show called The Rat Patrol in 1966. I would have been 10. We watched it every week, my friends and I.
I was 12
Look at
then.
that.
Yes.
Look at that.
And you went by, you played the Nazi commander in North Africa.
right.
And you went by a different name. You went
Hans
by
Gudegas,
Hans
who
Gudegas.
played Captain Dietrich on the Rat Patrol.
Yes.
Hans Gudegas, which is your real name.
That's my real name.
your real name.
Exactly.
But you ended up changing it because the only parts they wanted to give you were Nazi parts, basically?
No, that isn't the reason. Lou Wasserman, they tested me at Universal Studios
Yeah.
for the lead in a picture called Colossus, the Foreman Project,
Yeah.
science fiction film, and a very good one. And they decided they wanted me, but then said no one with a German name was star in an American picture.
Yeah.
Really?
You were told you would have been a big star if you hadn't been a German actor.
And that happened at a certain party.
Yeah.
After a few drinks, someone
Yeah.
finally said that.
So you took the advice and changed your
I
name.
took the advice.
How did you come up with Eric
Enormous
Braeden?
difficulty.
How did you come up with that?
Braeden is from the first part of the village I'm from in Germany, called Breedenbeek.
You know what's interesting is your German background, which you talk very candidly about, that your dad was a member of the Nazi Party. And one of the things that bothers you is how people think anybody from Germany was a Nazi. And you made a point, you called it an intellectual odyssey to learn everything you can about that era.
It is the most baffling phenomenon to wrap your head around. Read countless things, interviewed countless people, including family members. And it's a 12-year period in German history. And when you ask most Americans about Germany, there's an immediate transition to that 12-year period in German history, to the exclusion of everything else.
And you're not minimizing that period, but you're saying
Are you
listen,
kidding?
or other things.
You
Yeah.
cannot possibly minimize
Right,
it.
right,
It is, we should learn lessons from that.
Right.
The book
But
is...
Germans are the largest ethnic group in America.
Yeah, that's right.
That is unbeknownst to most people.
Yeah.
The contributions of German immigrants in this country have been enormous, fundamental, substantial.
Eric Braeden, thank you
Yeah.
so much for being with us. The book,
you.
Yes.
I'll Be Damned, is on sale now.